Hey everybody, my name is Brandalyngill, your favorite CEO, Elimination Literary Publishing. Today is one of the best days of my life. I got the paperback version of High Society. Those of you who don't know what High Society is, it's literally my whole life from age 2 to 32. This book means a lot to me because it was taking back my freedom. I'm taking back being out of silence for so long, and I just decided that, hey, no better way to put the gossip and the lies to sleep than to tell the truth. So I'm going to read a little bit out of my book today, and I want to let you know this is a very delicate time in my life, so this is a no judgment zone on all my socials. This particular reading is going to come from when I lost my daughter the first time. Due to behavior of my own. Either way, without Sinai home, days were almost not worth living. I would sit and cry and chant in front of my Gohunzan every day and night. I couldn't see her much at all, and me and Joyce would argue about her existence. Your child don't want for nothing. Takira, Joyce's eldest daughter, would yell at me when they thought I was being ungrateful because I wanted Sinai eating her organic food and curious about how much water she was drinking, etc. I would meet up with Joyce just to drop off bags of organic groceries and snacks for her house. But I also had my other problems on the home front after me and Nine went to visit Sinai. Joyce would later comment that Nine looked hairy and unbathed. I remember when it was just us in my room. I had a candle warmer on my dresser, and I had a nest of hornets outside my window. Nine was upset that he couldn't solve the problem himself, so he took a shoe and began to swat at the corner where they came from. I can't do anything, he screamed at the corner, referring to the fact that he felt like less of a man. I was in shock and determined at that moment that things were going to come to an end. The novelty and delusion had worn off, and neither one of us were very happy. I was working on my one-woman show script and supplementing with Chinese herbs and tea. Well, that day, Nine was getting ready for a job interview and asked me for a ride to the bus stop. I was feeling faint and asked him to walk. He threw a tantrum like a child and told me he would get all sweaty. I told him something like, "You'll be fine," and he stormed out of the apartment and down the street. Later that day, I called him from the convenience store, and he tried to dangle in my face that $850 he was supposed to make for that festival gig. He actually spent the whole half of the day doing that and tried to act like I was a bad girl for not taking him to the bus stop. I had it. I packed up his shit in one paper grocery bag and drove to his cousin's house. When he opened the door, I think I mumbled, "I can't do this anymore," and ran off. He looked so sullen and depressed, but I couldn't take any more of everything being on me. I sped down the street and didn't even blink. So let me take this time to say something to you ladies. You cannot build a man. This is not some cute little retail store where you take some of the pieces he already has, add your own, and think it's going to work out. Men are men. They do as they please, and whenever you meet them, they are who they are. My grandma used to say, be with a man for who he is today, not for what you wanted to be. That means that you should not think if you take a man from a place of no ambition to a place of high ambition just because you told him so or because you have high ambition. Please learn from my failed relationships and poor choices that a man holding on to a woman for what she can do is bad news and results in resentment, jealousy, and sabotage. You got me?